Welcome in to the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview, proudly presented by Arkansas Tech University, D3 Auto Sales, and Metcalf Trucking Company. Today we sit down with Hazen Hornet head coach Joe Besanken. This pigskin preview is brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Jason Jones.
All right, I am with Coach Joe Besanken, the head football coach here at Hazen High School. On behalf of Arkansas Sports Network, I'm Carson Ward. Coach, this is a program that has a lot of recent success. You guys are 2 years removed from a state championship and having the Arkansas Player of the Year on your team. I'm sure that people around here love to talk about that, and you know that's kind of raised the expectation for this program a little bit. Talk to me about the winning culture here and some of the things that you've done to help establish that over your time here at Hazen.
You know, one of the big things that, I figured out a long time ago as a head coach is you got to have a strong off-season program. We started, pounding the weights really hard. And throughout the years, I feel like that's made a big difference in our ability to maybe beat some teams that we probably shouldn't beat because we were just stronger and more physical. And, that type of stuff shows up. And, I've been blessed. I've had great assistant coaches, and I've had really, really good football players.
Your offense this year, you guys had a very dynamic offense last year, last 2 years really. Talk to me about your offense and what your plan is for this upcoming season.
Last year we kind of sputtered a little bit. I don't feel like offensively we really got an identity. For when we had Luke King, we went, 4 straight years that we started really becoming, especially 3 straight years, we became really pass oriented. We wasn't scared to throw the ball 30 or 40 times in a game if we needed to. And then last year, we didn't have that. And so we had to kind of get back to some of our old stuff, being, a little bit more physical across the front and stuff like that. And, I just felt like we struggled a little bit with that identity last year. And, it showed up. Defensively, we were really, really sound. And offensively, we just never could, get in that groove that we needed to get into, to be successful on Friday nights. We still had a good year win-wise, but it wasn't a good year what we expected. But, we kind of had to go back from throwing so much to back to more run-oriented, running the ball a little bit more. And, I just felt like we struggled with that. And, so that's been a big issue for us and a big thing we've been pushing, off-season. And then we've actually got a few spring practices in. So that's one of the big things is trying to get more physical across the front.
Talk to me about your defense and where you think you can make significant strides this season.
Defensively, like I said last year, we were really solid. Defensively this year, we got some guys that's going to have to step up. We lost Colton Tosh, who was a really, really outstanding, one of the best linebackers I've ever had here. He had a nose for the ball. He knew how to get there. And, so we got some young guys going to have to step up in those spots at linebackers because, they're so important for that run game. And then, our big guys across the front are experienced and seasoned. And then our back end of our defense will have some young guys that's going to have to step up that didn't get a lot of reps. They're going to get a lot of reps now, a lot of playing time. But, there'll probably be some, bumps along the road early on. But I feel like as the season goes along, they'll progress and get a lot better.
Talk to me about some guys that people are talking about next year that are kind of, your star players, some key contributors on your team.
Some of the key guys we got is, be Landon Atkins. He started for 3 years for us on the defensive side, and then he played some offensively. You'll have to be one of the guys we count on in the backfield carrying the football. His younger brother, Noah Atkins, we moved him up as a 9th grader. He didn't even play junior high. We just went ahead and started him on defense as a 9th grader linebacker. I think if he works hard, he has the tools to be another really good linebacker that we've had come through here. We got Brance Williams. He's a 4-year starter on the offensive line. Not a lot of people can say that. He didn't even play junior high. We moved him up in the 9th grade and immediately started him. So he's a 4-year starter. he's probably played more football games here than anybody that's ever played at Hazen. Just if you start throwing in the playoff games and stuff like that. We got Big Sheldon Kitchen. He's one of our biggest guys and strongest guys. He'll be a 3-year starter on the offensive line, and then he'll start on defense too. So those 3 guys be counted on. We got we only graduated 1 guy off our offensive line last year, so we got everybody back. Dylan Scardas will be our center. He does a really good job for us. And then, we got 2 guard positions. It's up in the air to kind of figure out who's going to fill those spots. But we're set with our 2 tackles and our center, and, I like where we're headed with our 2 guard spots.
Talk to me about what you think the strengths of your team are going into this next season.
I think, strength is they want to be successful. They want to win, and I think that's important for have some schools that just it's not always important, but it's important to these guys. We're strong. We work hard in the weight room. Like I said, I got several guys that have played a lot of football games, and then I have some guys that haven't. So you got to hope that those older guys that's played a lot of games can rub off on some of these other guys.
Tell me about last season and kind of some of the things that you took from your team last season and how satisfied you were with your finish.
Well, I wasn't satisfied with the finish because, I feel like it kind of goes back to offensive, game. We just never got into a groove offensively all year. It was just it was up and down. One day we'd look good, the next day we wouldn't. So, that's like I said earlier, we're going to have to improve in that area, and I'll have to get better than that. I got back to calling plays last year because my offensive coordinator went to another school. And so I was kind of out of the rhythm a little bit, and so I'll take some of the blame on that. But, we just got to get more physical across the front because we're going to have to be able to run the football. And defensively, we just got to keep doing what we do defensively. Our defense kept us in any game, that we played last year. I thought our defense did an outstanding job. They carried on from the previous year, and I expect them to keep grinding and doing just as good this year.
Talk about your schedule this year. You're starting with how you built your non-conference schedule. I know you guys played Conway Christian opening week, and I interviewed their coach last week, and he was talking about how tough and physical he thinks that game is going to be. So tell me about your non-conference and then some games that you're looking forward to in your conference schedule.
At non-conference, I don't know what I was thinking. Somebody's probably going to ask me, well, what are you doing? You got Cross County not Cross County, but Conway Christian right out the gate. And, they're probably going to be a top 5 team in the state. And, they're loaded. I think they got close to 20 seniors. It's going to be tough. And then after that, we get the North Prairie County rival, Des Arc, and they're always tough, no matter, it's just a different breed of kids up there. They're just hard-boned. They're just tough to play, whether they're up or down. They're really good, really well coached. And then we got McCroy, and McCroy's always very physical. And then we start conference, and I think the team to beat in our conference this year will probably be Carlisle again. They got a lot of good skill guys over there. And then I think the other teams is going to be wide open in our conference, I think, after that. And I think any of us can beat anybody. I think anybody could probably beat Carlisle if you play really well. But I think it's going to be wide open with 3 or 4 teams that's really going to battle for some spots because I think they're really going to be evenly matched.
You already talked about this group wanting to be successful. What are some other things that you like specifically about this group or this senior class?
This senior class has been a little bit hard-headed at times, but I feel like this offseason they realize that, this is it, and this is going to be this is my senior year coming up. And, I feel like they've really bought in and worked really, really hard this offseason to get better, to get stronger. And, like I said, we've had some spring practices, and I can tell it's really showed up for some of those guys.
Talk to me about what the atmosphere is like in Hazen every Friday, and how much this town rallies around the team every Friday.
Oh, they get excited about it. Football is very important. Just like any other small town. If you've got a football team, a lot of folks are going to be at the football game on Friday night if it's a home game. They get very excited. They, if a team needs something or something like that, somebody in the community will step up and make sure they have it. But it's a great atmosphere.
So tell me what your expectation is for this season for you to consider it a successful season.
For me is for kids, the football player, the kids wise, is don't have any regrets. Leave it all out there on the field. Whether you win or lose, if you can walk off that field with your head up, then you did your job. If you can look in the mirror and say, hey, I did the best I can do. And that's all I want with these kids. I don't want them to, everybody gets hyped up and naturally want to win every football game. And that's hard to do. But, at the end is, don't have no regrets. If they beat you, they beat you. They didn't beat you because you didn't care. They didn't beat you because you didn't work hard. They just beat you because they were better. And, that's the big thing for kids, for me anyways, keep your head high, walk off that field at the end. And, if you got your head up and you can look in that mirror, then, hey, you did everything you can do.
All right, this has been an interview with Coach Joe Besanken from Hazen. Coach, is there anything else you want to say before we get off here?
No, I'm good. Thank you, man. Thanks for coming by.
Yes, sir.
Thanks again for joining us on the Arkansas Sports Network's Hometown Sports Football Preview. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Arkansas Sports Network on YouTube to catch more previews and all the latest updates on your favorite teams.